Walking home from his work, Noda wobbled with exhaustion until his foot knocked into something. With his eyes finally focusing and his attention returned, he saw a drunk Lamia passed out in a pile of trash. Getting a better look, Noda realizes it's his Department Chief, Asagiri Miyori. Attempting to wake her, Noda calls out Miyori's name. In her drunken stupor, she mistakes Noda for Yamagishi, their boss. Coming to, she begins to see that it's not him. Screaming, Miyori asks who is Noda, which he promptly explains. It takes her a moment, but she remembers him as the guy who makes a lot of mistakes at work, yelling out this information. Noda, worried about the noise and the embarrassing info, pleads with Miyori to be quiet. Putting her on his back, Noda explains to Miyori that his apartment is close. Looking back, he sees that she's fallen asleep on his back. Thinking back on it all, Noda recalls how he's always liked monster girls, with Lamia's being a top tier for him. Seeing his boss being a Lamia made his days better, but with her work-first attitude, it was hard for him to connect with her and all. But that distance did make her seem cooler to him. Fantasizing, he thinks that tonight might lead to them moving closer to dating, but shoots down his own idea, saying a good man wouldn't help a woman with an ulterior motive in mind. Once they had arrived at Noda's apartment, Miyori accidentally destroyed Noda's monster girl figure collection due to her being so large and drunk in his standard human apartment. Seeing the destroyed figures, Miyori asks if Noda is an otaku. Deciding to do something about Miyori being a horrible drunk, Noda hoses down Miyori with a hot shower head to calm her down and wake her up. Finally calm enough to talk normally with Noda, Miyori tells him that she got dumped, so just let her drink her sadness away. Noda realizes that it might have been their boss, but then realized that Miyori was stealing his beers from his fridge. Noda tried to stop Miyori from drinking the beer, but it was too late, as after just one sip, she spilled her guts on the floor. Cleaning it up, Noda was asked by Miyori why he was so nice to a Lamia like her. Miyori says that no normal person would like her, and they wouldn't date her either, right? Noda thinks that maybe someone said that to her, crushing her dreams of having a partner. Noda tells her that she's very pretty and he's just about managing to control himself, while internally commenting that he has no chance with her. Miyori only utters the word, "Oh?" before grabbing Noda with her tail. In anger, Miyori looms over Noda, yelling that how could he be attracted to Lamias, huh? In a rage, she says that he's clearly joking about this, and she knows how men are. She says that the boss was always so kind and gentle with her, and she was sure that the boss and her could have a relationship. While she was ranting, Noda could only think of lewd things, getting more and more aroused. But it turned out that only Miyori was the one who felt that way, as she had overheard the boss saying to a coworker that he could never date a Lamia. Noda realized that she wasn't dumped, but rejected before she could even ask. Miyori says that she was clearly dumped, but what if she was a different monster girl? Would that change things? Noda, internally, commented that Miyori doesn't realize her appeal as a Lamia. While Miyori cried, asking what should she do, Noda commented internally that a Lamia's embrace is a lover's dream. Feeling something, Miyori looked down and saw that Noda was excited. She questioned how did he become like this? He explains that her wrapping him up like she did, well, it stirred up a lot of emotions, which is what he's been trying to explain to her the entire time. Realizing what he had said, Noda cursed himself, while Miyori claimed that no man would want her. After proving his love to her, Noda and Miyori spent the night together. In the morning, Noda surveyed the carnage that was once his sitting room. Thinking to himself, he realized that all the noise and destruction meant that he'd have to move. Slithering up behind him, Miyori apologized. Tapping her fingers together, she says that she was too drunk and caused him so much grief. Noda, ignoring the mood, comments that he's glad she remembers the previous night. She yells at Noda that he's embarrassing her. Still nervous, Miyori asks if Noda wants to move in with her. She lives in a demi-human apartment that is larger and soundproof. Being cautious, Noda asked if Miyori was sure, as he does have desires. Bopping him on the head with her tail, Miyori tells Noda that she has desires too. But if they do this, it must be private, act normal at work. Noda smiled and was happy because she became her normal self. Miyori then offered movie tickets to Noda, asking if he wanted to go, which he easily agreed to. The next day, everyone knew the pair were dating, as Miyori couldn't give out to Noda as harshly as she used to.